this is Charles Harper. I'm going to demonstrate how you can promote your PLR offers and your Learning Center using a webinar. And basically what we're going to do here is we're going to log into this application called Webinar Loop. Now once we're inside, we're going to go to the webinar section. What we're then going to do is click Create a Webinar. We're then going to give this webinar a title. We're then going to give the webinar a subdomain. And we're then going to write in our description. What we're then going to do is click Create Webinar. Now that we have this in our details area, we'll just make sure of the steps that we're going to need to take. Once we take these 5 steps, our webinar will be done. What we're going to do is we're going to use a video for our webinar. So we're going to switch this to YouTube, and we're then going to go get our YouTube URL. We're going to put that URL in. We're going to put the amount of time that the webinar is. We'll then have our presenters. We'll then set up our webinar layout page. We'll then select a specific template. We'll then customize the template. Once we customize, we'll save the template we're going to use. It'll then be saved. Once we've done that, we'll then update. Our page will then be updated. Now basically our webinar is going to be ready to be used. But one thing we're going to want to do is to add in a call to action. We're going to enable our timer. We're going to write in a button text. We're then going to determine when we want this button to show. We're then going to click Add. The link is then going to be pretty simple to distribute. We're just going to give the URL. And what you'll notice here is that we have a URL that's based on the title that we've already set up. So we'll have our title here and then webinarloop.in. That person will then click this area. They can either sign up for our webinar, or if they already have an existing login for Webinar Loop, they can already log in. Now assuming that they have one, we're just going to have them write in the email and password. And then they will then be part of the webinar. And what you'll notice then is that the webinar will then begin based on how you have set it up. I'm going to stop that there. Now we set this up with YouTube, so it's playing in YouTube and it's going to play inside of here. Now what's going to happen here is that this call to action is going to then show up in 28 seconds. I'm going to stop the video right here until it shows up. So then the call to action will then show up, and then your button will then be there leading the person to whatever offer that you're going to want to show them as the webinar plays. So in order to help you with this, we're going to give you access to 20 of our lead magnet videos that you can use to pre-sell any offers that you want. We're going to give you the videos, we're going to give you the machine transcripts, and we're going to give you the lead magnet outlines, and you can change them if you want to re-record them or add something to the lead magnet. Now this is a launch, so that the price will be going up. You'll want to make sure that you're checking the page to make sure that you have the proper code for the particular discount at a particular time. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you in another video.